Hello
Right.
world.
Hello, world. Okay. So, hi, Mario.
Hi
How are you?
Tobias. Doing kind of fine. I'm pretty sore from training the past days. I'm here in Tarifa and we have pretty much wind all day, every day, and it's hard to get some rest in. But I just woke up, or just woke. I woke up an hour ago, and it's another sunny day with wind. What can I say?
Perfect. So you're going out foiling today.
We'll do a nice little foil tour today. The plan is to go 100 kilometers up and down the bay, and that should be pretty nice. It's my fourth day today on the fourth foil, I think, this year, and it's so good. I literally can't wait to get out. But first this interview and then foiling.
Sounds awesome. So, you're quite new in the F4 team. Could you tell us a little bit uh, about this new cooperation we're doing?
Yeah. Well, the story is pretty fun and exciting because I learned windsurfing from my dad, and I also learned wind foiling from my dad. And my dad had your foils since 2 years, I think, and I kind of learned foiling on your foils. Like, we had some other foils in the very beginning, but they were super shit. And then the starboard foil came, and then at some point your foil came out, and then I learned it on your foil, and it was super nice. And yeah, but we always only had one foil, so that was a problem. And then we got in contact somehow this year. I can't remember exactly how it happened, but now I have a cooperation with you guys, and I basically got an F4 foil, which I was using before, but now it's a cooperation. It's a sponsorship for my YouTube and social media stuff, and that is super nice because I can promote a product that I was using before, that I loved before. And yeah, it's weird because it's no big change to me, which is which is probably not a good thing to say to a sponsor, but it's very cool. Yeah, that's how I got in contact with the brand. And when I got to know you guys, like from the very first call, I knew you are super cool. Like, I think we were on a call with three guys, something like this. Everyone
Yeah.
was super calm and chill. We made jokes, and you don't have a lot of calls with brand guys that are just completely relaxed, and it's like their honesty and calmness. Like, I'm not trying to, like, how you say this, uh put this up more than it is, but it really was like this. Yeah.
Well, happy to hear that. That's very nice feedback. So you run the biggest windsurf YouTube channel in Germany right now. Like, how would you describe the difference in your job being a normal professional athlete? Um,
What the like people I think people from the outside, they um they often don't understand the differences because when you're a professional athlete, it's pretty clear what you're doing to the public, because the public understands if you're a professional athlete, you're training every day, and you're just working on your performance on the water and competition. And what you have to understand is, like, it is like this in any sport and any business, or like whatever on this planet. If you want to earn money with something, you got to bring value to other people, and to bring value to other people, you have to work. And so it's the same with me. The difference is that my job is kind of to show excitement and enjoyment, like doing the sport. So I make videos about being happy on the beach, going windsurfing, sharing the stoke. And people tend to not understand that, like, making the show, doing the entertainment, takes a lot of work in the background. And they only see the windsurfing part, and that is like that. I think that's the biggest difference, that people don't understand what it takes to actually do what I'm doing, because I'm sitting several hours every day in the office like everyone else, just like I'm doing it 7 days a week. And yeah, it's like, I think it's not so much difference in the end in terms of actual amount of work you put in, but the work you're doing obviously is different. Like, I'm sitting more behind the laptop than like tensioning sail buttons and changing foils and fins and stuff like that. But in the end, I think everyone who wants to earn money with something is putting in work, and it comes like it's in the end, like all the people here are the same level of happiness. Let's put it like this. It's not like
Ah,
someone has an easier way.
so if somebody would be looking for a foil, what would you give him or her as an advice?
It's an interesting question because there are many different approaches to this problem, because like it's an actual problem, because people in many cases they just don't know what to buy. And I think there are two different ways to attend the problem. So the first one is you try a foil on the beach from a friend or someone you know, and you see if it works for you, if it's nice, and you maybe compare it to some other foils you try. But not everyone can do that. And the other approach is that you go with a brand where you know for sure there are people that you can trust, and they show that the foils are working. This is super important. And then if you have someone like this who is showing you a brand where the foils are working, for example, if F4 foils, like I don't want to do too much advertisement here, but it's like it's the truth, then don't go necessarily with the cheapest second-hand option you can find, because what I learned when learning to foil is that the development is super fast, especially over the past few years. So when you buy a free ride foil now that is 3 years old, it's like a world difference to a free ride foil that is new from this year. And so what I really would suggest is that if you have the opportunity, I know that many people don't have the opportunity, but if you can buy a new foil, I know it sounds stupid and like advertisement, but it's like the pure honest truth. Like it's just better and easier to learn, and you won't buy two foils, because when we started foiling 4 or 5 years ago, I think my dad we had 6 different foils, because first we had a super old Horu foil, I think it's called like this. It was super shit. You couldn't even hook into the harness. Then we had some from some other brand of foil. It was also not that good. And then just the foils got better and better and better. And at some point we had the high end race foil from you guys, and then it was like, okay, now it's completely stable. Nothing is moving anymore. It didn't feel like you need to buy another foil, but we could have just did that from the very beginning on. And I think that's the biggest learning you can have as a windsurfer who's looking for a foil. Just don't go with the cheapest option. Go with the brand where the foils are working, and then spend a little bit of money, even though like if you don't have the money, obviously go with a second hand, but don't try to go like too old. Take one from last year at least.
All right, cool. So you have quite recently you got the new race foil bundle from us. How would you describe your first experience with this?
Well, it's the first foil I own, so that was very different from the very beginning on, because there wasn't my dad sitting next to me taking the foil away from me and going out. And yeah, but when I got the box, it was heavy in the very beginning, and then I was looking in it, and there's so much in it. Like there were 2 fuses, a mast, 2 front wings, 2 back wings, screws, basically everything you need. And obviously I knew that all of this stuff was in there, but when you have it in your hand, it feels more. Let's put it like this. And well, what can I say? It feels and looks like high quality, like the how you describe it, the finish. I think it's called the finish of the product is really, really, really clean. So far I only knew that feeling of a perfect finish from my board, but your foils have that as well. And then when I took it to the water, obviously it wasn't that much difference to the F4 foil I owned before, because like it's the same brand, it's another racing foil, but it's a little bit more agile, it felt to me, and a slight little bit more fast. But I maybe this is an illusion, I don't know, but it felt really, really good from the very beginning on. I did not have to make any changes on the foil trim so far, so I stick it in the board, I went for it, and it's just like stable flight. throughout the entire time. Of course, I had to adjust the mast base positioning, the boom height, stuff like this. But what can you say? It's just it's a clean foil product. Is it like you don't have to think after you rigged it?
You just go and ride.
I had to think about one thing.
Yeah.
The one thing that was new is that the front wing now is attached by, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 screws. I don't know. There's many screws to make it more stable. That was a difference because the screws had different lengths, and that I had to figure out. But that was like the only thing. But that's nothing negative, to put it in the right way.
Okay. So final question on the this obviously windsurfing. Have you tried it yet, and what do you think? It seems to be like a very big upcoming thing in the surfing world.
I think it's not even an upcoming thing anymore. I think it's a real thing now. 2 years ago, everyone was like, "Oh, this is a new trend. Let's first have a look where it's going. Will it really go this big, or is it just a bubble that is like popping after 3 months?" And everyone realizing it's not fun. But the reality is, it's super fun. I tried it myself. I'm very far away from being an expert or like doing it on a like I can't even talk about competitive level. Like I know how to get up on the foil and then go and maybe do a jibe and go backwards. But even that is super fun because the difference between winging and wind foiling is that on a wing it feels more like a surfboard, but you don't need the waves. So you can kind of carve and do stuff without having to think a lot because the wing is like, I don't know what the weight of a wing is, but it's like it feels like an extension to your arm because it's so light. And yeah, you can just enjoy your session. But I think it's just a different sport in comparison to windsurfing. But I also think it's going to be very big and a lot bigger than it is now in the future because it's easy. When you're a windsurfer, it's extremely easy. I think when you're a normal surfer, it's easy. When you know stand-up paddling, it's easy. If you're a kite surfer, you probably already know how to do it. So, and you don't need a lot of gear. So, yeah, I think it's going to be big.
Cool. One more question. You're also starting your own windsurfing store, right? An online store.
Yeah, I could tell a lot about that, but I'm trying to make it a little bit shorter. So me and 2 friends of mine, we have been like looking at the windsurfing industry since quite some time. Not in a way where we were like actively looking for business opportunities, but we were kind of seeing what people want. And what we saw is that people on the one side, they want to have it all super easy, one button you press and you get the stuff sent at home and you just go windsurfing. But at the same time, people are always complaining about not having good service, being alone. People are on the beach, they don't know anything about their gear and they're just using new equipment without having, well, you can only say it this way, like without having a proper customer service from a brand that helps them. And I know you guys, for example, you're doing a great job with that. And with our new online shop, we want to bring this concept of focus on the customer and on the customer service into windsurfing. So we are working with a board brand, with a sail brand, with a fin brand, and we are also working with you guys, of course. And that's really the goal, to like not let customers alone with what they bought, and also before they buy something, just help them to make the right decision, because there are so many options. Like even with you guys, like if you go to your shop, there's so many foils, and it's difficult to make the right decision, because some people, they are, for example, now they are free riders, but they maybe don't know that the race foil might be their best option instead of the free ride foil. And then there are people that think, oh, I absolutely need a race foil, but maybe the free ride foil is the better option for them. and yeah, to help people in that way is really really cool. I only learned that during the process, by the way, because now we have the first customers and the first emails we answering, and it makes me super happy to like help people. I don't know why, but this is completely new to me. But yeah, that's basically what we are trying to do. It's all new, brand new. So the shop isn't even online. There's like a locking screen online where you can contact us via email. But yeah, that's the story. Short, the short
All right.
story.
Thank you. So when will you be officially open?
I think it's going to take us another 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks, building a completely new online shop. You guys know it. It's pretty complicated, especially filling it up with content and all the texts and stuff like this. But between 2 and 3 weeks, we're gonna try and launch as fast as we can, because right now people are going insane in Europe because no one can go to vacation. So everyone has everyone, like, please don't be offended if you're not one of these persons, but many people have some spare money and they're spending it on equipment. And obviously we would love to like bring our brands on the water, on the beaches this season. So yeah, we're on it. Might take a few weeks, but you can, like, to put it right, like, you can contact us and basically order foils, fins, boards, and sails already. It's just that the shop isn't finished yet.
Sounds exciting.
It's very exciting and it's like nerve wracking, and we're kind of not sleeping since weeks, but we're like trying to enjoy the less stressful parts of it.
Maybe it's a good way to clean your mind with going out foiling this afternoon then.
Absolutely, yeah. Like that's like it's truly like meditation to foil. It's also different to slalom sailing because it's so calm. At least when you don't have strong winds and you have like this whistling of the foil. You probably know it's like, and then you have some other guy sailing next to you and it's like, and you're just like, and then at some point you catapult, of course, and you break every bone and you're like completely dead again. But no, it's really calming and like meditation. It's good fun.
Sounds nice. Well, thanks a lot, Mario, for taking the time to talk to us today. And well, we see you on the water and hope to see some more cool videos from you soon.
Yeah, no problemo, man. See
Okay.
you.